Yeah, today we are here at Zabuni Coffee Center, and the owner and founder of this program, Mr. Laban, my friend, is here as a way to get to know each other. This is a Thanksgiving holiday time, a family gathering. And I had just a very nice reception with him and with his family. I'm very grateful. So I just wanted to know more about his business. So, Lavan, this is like an open question. Just tell us about how this business started, where it is now, where it would like to go, and how do you like to work with people? What do you expect from people to join you and work with you and like help you while they make money?
Yeah. Well, thank you, Fikadu. Entrepreneurship and business is about people, right? If you can solve somebody's problem, then you're also going to do well. But this business in particular, Zabuni Specialty Coffee, this was about being able to help coffee farmers in sub-Saharan Africa be able to access the market directly. The reason we believe that that is the future of doing business, not only in coffee but in other areas, is because there are less people in the middle taking money out of that cookie jar. So by shortening that supply chain, it means that the farmers are doing better. Of course, I'm an immigrant from Kenya. That's where I was born and raised. And then I moved to this country about 22 years ago. But this was always a nagging, a nagging thing for me is how can I connect my home, which is Nebraska, and the country of my birth, which is Kenya. And one of the things that I know is Americans love their coffee. In fact, there was a study done where Americans said they'd rather go without a shower than miss their morning cup of Joe. So coffee is culture in this country, right? And for us, what we do in East Africa is grow the best coffee in the world. People argue about that, but I'm firm in my belief that the best coffee
It's the best.
comes from the East African neighborhood. And if you ask a lot of professionals, they'll either tell you Ethiopia or Kenya as their favorite origins. So for me, starting this business, number one, it was about solving a problem, a perennial problem of farmers being able to access the market. Number two, buyers in the market not knowing what farmers go through and what the process is, that they were perpetuating an injustice without knowing. Why? Because they didn't have the understanding of what the supply and value chain is. Now, a lot of people have done a lot of good work in trying to be ethical as much as possible. The problem is, when I go back to Africa, I don't see any changes happening on the ground, which tells me there's a good story that has been sold, but the reality of what's happening on that other end is really not getting captured. It's not getting documented. So we wanted to make sure that there was utmost transparency and accountability in what we are doing, right? The integrity of the process has to be above board. So we just felt that if we started the Zabuni Specialty Coffee Auction, the first and only specialty coffee auction in the world, regularly scheduled, we just felt that if we did this, then over time we can be able to capture more farmers. We can be able to work with more East African countries that produce coffee. Right now, we're only working with Kenya and Ethiopia, but we want to grow that to other East African countries. Now, what are the main challenges we have? There are challenges on the African side because people feel that this is too good of a story. But the truth of the matter is we do try and reach as many of them as possible, and Zabuni is very real. My grandmother is 108 years old. She's still a coffee farmer in Kenya. She has sold or supplied coffee to the local co-op the same way for the last 80 years. My point is, the world has changed in 80 years. How is it that the way she's growing, harvesting her coffee, supplying her coffee hasn't changed? it's been kept that way because there's certain people that the system works for and not all of them, so that they can be kept at bay. And we're saying that some of these things have to change. Access to the market is something that has been given by the American taxpayer through a GOA. But some people have been very good at positioning themselves here in the middle and saying that that access is not freely available to everybody. So that's what we try doing. We just sit here, work our tails off, try and connect these coffees to the market and try and get as many buyers as possible. If anybody was to help us, if anybody felt that they would want to, we need more people buying ethically sourced coffees so that those farmers and their communities and families in sub-Saharan Africa can do better. They're never going to be reached by any standards, but at least they can earn a living wage according to those standards. They're never going to be able to afford a car, but maybe they can be able to buy a small scooter or moped or whatever it is over there. And that's what we're trying to do. For them, that is literally a miracle happening. So if somebody can buy an extra cow or be able to pay for their kids to go to school and buy them a pair of shoes or pay a medical bill here and there, then I feel that we've made our difference. We've contributed to mankind in that way, right? So it's more tangible, sustainable, efforts that we're trying to make here. So we are small, very small for coffee, but we deal with specialty coffee because we feel that that's where we can have the biggest impact. So we want to keep people honest, not just using ethical sourcing as a marketing ploy, but actually keeping them honest and accountable for that. And that's who Zabuni is. So we have not reinvented the wheel here. We've just come and said that we want to see more fairness, more parity, more of those resources going back to producers. They're the most important people in the value and supply chain, and they should be treated as such. So that's who we are.
Thanks so much. So inspiring. I really thank the International Office of UNL, Lian especially, for connecting me and you. And as you know, coffee is a major reason why I'm in Nebraska.
Yes.
Now I'm pursuing my PhD in leadership. And agriculture is in the center of my heart, so that's what I want to do. And getting someone like you who really work to reach to those who deserve the credit and the benefit by adding value and connecting the two different cultures. I think this is the best experience for me. I really thank you and your family also for inviting me.
We're glad to
So I'm very sure my Ethiopian friends, those from Africa, wherever they are, even non-Africans, also those in US, those from University of Nebraska and other European countries also can learn from this. I have been very recently made aware of about the coffee. I'm not a coffee person by profession. I only studied agriculture, nutrition major. We usually say coffee is not nutrition. But after I do research on coffee, now I see the big money is coming from coffee.
Has a lot of health benefits too.
Yeah, and now, even my research, I'm going to share this also with Professor Mary Willis, who's really working on coffee. And there are others in the University of Nebraska, others in Ethiopia, friends in Germany and in Italy who are working on coffee. So thank you so much, and Zabuni, for today. I've seen bags coming from Yirgachefe and from Sidama.
Yeah.
Those Cup of Excellence winners, what was their name?
Yeah, it's Sidama 96-hour anaerobics. So it's a Cup of Excellence winner. It's
so people can get from you.
People can get from it's a limited supply, but you can get it from us. We only have a few 50-pound bags here with us. So they
very
can
good.
get it.
Thanks so much, and we'll see. I'm going to share this on LinkedIn and YouTube and all the platforms.
Go right ahead.
And my Ethiopian friends are going to try to get this English correct and then reach out to you. And then, would you buy my coffee?
Yeah. Let them reach out.
Thanks
you
so
can get
much.
us also on social media and everywhere else. We're there.
I thank you so much. It's Zabuni Coffee, right?
That's right.
Thank
Zabuni
you.
Coffee.
Is it a Kenyan name or what?
Zabuni is a Swahili word.
Swahili.
Swahili word.
What does it mean?
It means to auction or to sell.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.